The mysterious creature in the attic. The evening sky painted the village in shades of purple and gold as two 12-year-old sisters, Lily and Emma, raced across the field outside their cottage. Their laughter echoed through the quiet village, a sound as familiar as the rustling leaves. The wind was soft, carrying the scents of fresh earth and flowers. The girls were full of energy, always eager to explore, always hungry for the next adventure. The village where they lived was small, nestled between towering hills and ancient woods. Their home was a cozy, weathered cottage where they lived with their grandmother, a woman as wise as she was gentle. The walls of their cottage were adorned with old quilts, and the smell of freshly stitched clothes filled the air. Their grandmother, though frail, had a skill with needles and threads that amazed everyone in the village. Lily and Emma helped her as much as they could, but they all knew that business wasn't booming. Sewing was an art, but it didn't bring in enough money to make life easy. "I bet we could find something cool today," Emma said, pulling her sister's arm as they darted through the tall grass. Lily grinned. Maybe a hidden treasure or something. They had often imagined finding treasure, gold coins, ancient relics, or precious jewels. But, so far, their adventures had led to nothing more than discovering odd bugs and hidden paths in the woods. That evening, however, something felt different. As they ran toward the edge of the village, a strange sound reached their ears. It was soft at first, like a faint whisper carried on the wind. They stopped, their curiosity piqued. "Did you hear that?" Lily asked, wide-eyed. Emma nodded. "It's like someone calling us." The sound seemed to beckon them toward the old, abandoned cottage at the far end of the village. The cottage had been empty for as long as they could remember. Its wooden beams creaked in the wind, and ivy grew thick on its walls. The villagers rarely spoke of it, and the girls had always wondered about the mystery behind its boarded-up windows. "Let's check it out," Emma said, tugging on Lily's sleeve. Lily hesitated for a moment. "What if it's haunted?" Emma laughed. "Haunted or not, we've got to see what's making that noise." With hearts racing, the two girls tiptoed to the door of the abandoned cottage. The heavy wooden door creaked open with an eerie groan. Inside, the cottage was dark and musty, the air thick with dust. They flicked on their small flashlight, shining it on the cobwebs and old furniture. Everything was covered in a blanket of time, as though the house had been forgotten by the world. The strange sound grew louder, drawing them toward the staircase that led to the attic. The girls exchanged a glance, the thrill of discovery making their hearts beat faster. "Up there?" Lily asked, pointing toward the attic door. "Where else would it be coming from?" Emma replied, her voice full of excitement. The stairs creaked under their feet as they made their way up to the attic. The air was even colder up there, and the smell of mildew mixed with the lingering scent of something ancient. In the dim light, the attic was filled with boxes, old furniture, and dusty trunks. It looked like a forgotten world of its own. Then they saw it. At the far corner of the attic, beneath a pile of tattered blankets and forgotten belongings, was a small wooden chest. The sound seemed to be coming from there. The girls approached it cautiously. "Do you think it's locked?" Lily asked. Emma reached out and opened the chest with ease. Inside, there were a number of old objects, including cracked pottery, faded books, and a peculiar jar. It was an old glass jar, sealed tightly with what looked like wax. "Wow," Lily whispered, examining the jar. "What's this?" "I don't know," Emma said, her fingers brushing against the wax. "But I bet it's important." Without thinking too much, Emma tried to open the jar. The wax cracked with a soft sound, and as the lid twisted off, a strange fog poured out, swirling around them. The air grew thick, and the girls stumbled back in shock. From the fog emerged a small creature, no bigger than a rabbit, but with glowing eyes and a body made of shimmering smoke. It hovered before them, its tiny wings fluttering, sending little gusts of wind through the room. What is that?" Lily gasped, clutching Emma's arm. The creature tilted its head, its glowing eyes locking onto the girls. Then, it spoke in a voice like a soft wind. "You shouldn't have opened the jar." The girls stared, frozen in place. They had never seen anything like this before. The creature continued, "But now that you have, I suppose it's only fair to help." "Help?" Emma asked, still wide-eyed. "Yes," the creature replied. "I can help you find what you need." Lily took a deep breath. "What we need is money. We live with our grandmother." She stitches clothes, but it's so hard to sell them. People don't want to pay much for them, and we don't have enough for food or to fix up the house. We need something, anything, to make life easier." The creature considered their words, its wings fluttering gently. "I can sense your struggles," it said softly. "You are kind-hearted, and your grandmother is a woman of great skill. But she has no means to expand, and her hard work is not enough." Emma's eyes lit up. "How do you know all this?" The creature gave a soft, almost sad laugh. "I have seen many things in my time. I know the hardships of this village." The girls looked at each other, their minds racing. Could this creature really help them? The creature hovered in front of them, its wings fluttering. "I can guide you," it said. "There is a treasure hidden beneath the village, ancient jewels that have been lost for centuries. With them, you can buy your grandmother a new house, and more importantly, you can invest in the machines she needs for her stitching business. Machines that will help her work faster and produce more. I will lead you to it, but you must promise me one thing." The girls leaned in, eager. "What?" "Use the treasure wisely. Don't let greed guide you. Help others when you can." The sisters nodded, their hearts full of hope. They knew that this was their chance. The creature led them to the village's old well, where the ground seemed to shift under their feet. Beneath the earth, hidden by time and decay, were the jewels. The creature's tiny wings fluttered as it guided them down through secret tunnels, leading them to a chest filled with sparkling gems. The jewels shimmered in the dim light, their colors dazzling and mysterious. After taking the jewels, the creature led them back to the surface. "Now go, purchase your machines, and let your grandmother's business thrive," it said. The girls returned home, their hearts full of excitement. They showed their grandmother the jewels, and with her blessing, they sold them for enough money to buy a new home and the necessary machines. The change was almost magical. With the machines, their grandmother's stitching business flourished, and soon, they were able to buy even more fabric and make beautiful designs that people from neighboring villages came to buy. The creature, having done its part, disappeared back into the mist, but its kindness remained in their hearts forever. Years later, the girls continued to help their grandmother, running the successful stitching business, making sure they always used their wealth to help others. The village, too, flourished, and the girls often spoke of the mysterious creature who had changed their lives forever. And though the attic remained silent, every now and then, when the wind whispered through the trees, they swore they could hear the faint sound of wings fluttering in the distance.